So, John, what were ARC's key achievements during the last financial year?
The two key achievements, Steve, that spring to mind for me are one, the expansion and renovation of the premises, a project that took quite some time, was very expensive and required a fair bit of project management, and to complete that was a real pleasure. The other thing is the appointment of the new EO, Jane Staley. After 4 years of Alex Mateer, there was a large gap to fill. Gladly we had Paul Kirkpatrick too, who I ought to mention, who was our interim EO in between Alex and Jane. The appointment of Jane and her having now become stable in the role and beginning to feel more comfortable in what she's doing in her relations with the board and with staff, that's been a great pleasure to observe and to see. So those two things, I think, really, Jane and the building, I reckon, Steve, are about what we've achieved this year.
Good. And 2013, what would be the challenges you see for ARC ahead of us?
The perennial challenge for ARC, I think, is and will remain our funding. That's being felt in a particularly pointed way at the moment within the housing team. The way in which they've been able to press on in the face of uncertainty, certain cuts, and their concern about their capacity to deliver services to the people for whom they ultimately work has been pleasing, but always it's a challenge across the board at ARC, but it's been felt more pointedly within the housing area at the moment in relation to funding. Otherwise, the challenges that we face more broadly, we continue to pursue as CLC for the Goulburn Valley on an ongoing basis rather than the mere interim funding which we have at the present time secured, and I'm sure that that'll be a priority for the CLC in its public advocacy role. And always, Steve, we've got just clients to look after, and that'll be and ought to remain our primary focus.
And ARC's, just in a couple of words, ARC's key strengths?
The key strength, I think, of ARC is its people, and the devotion that those people have to the task at hand, which is really twofold. One, it's the individual provision of client service, and secondly, it's about systemic advocacy to assist, in a broader sense, those same individuals. The strength of ARC in its people, I mean by that, the board, the EO, the senior staff, and I ought specifically mention Julie and Peter, and the staff at ARC. It's precisely that which is and has always been our greatest strength, the people that we have on deck. And I'm quite sure that, notwithstanding the things I talk of in the way of challenges, and particularly the funding challenges and uncertainties that we continue to face, I'm sure that the people at ARC are always going to do the best that they can in the circumstances, and I'm sure that that best will be very, very good.